Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Red and White Show. Joining me for this one, Rovers striker Keelan Lavery and Club Doncaster media manager Liam Hoden. Keelan, first of all, welcome to the show. How have you found the last few weeks in adjusting to life at Rovers?
Yeah, it's been good for the most part. I think I've settled in quite quickly. The lads have been really good. I've enjoyed training. Just looking forward to the end of the season, hopefully getting as many games as possible and seeing where it takes us.
I know you've sort of been travelling in and out with Big O at times, and you've got that close relationship with him. How much has that helped in your early days?
Yeah, no, it's been good. I knew Big O from before coming, so it's always a help when you know someone coming into the club. And it's nice we get to share drives as well.
You're obviously at Scunthorpe in the first half of the campaign, scored a fair few goals as well. Was it always in your mind, even when you went there, to get back in the EFL and challenge yourself at this level again?
Yeah, that was the plan. I didn't want to drop out of the league in the first place, but things happen in life and you have to take it on the chin and work hard to get back to where you want to be. So, like you said, I scored a few goals and luckily I got the move back into the league.
Liam, we've seen Keelan come in and had some competition in the forward positions. Rio Griffiths, of course, went out on loan. Kieran Agard's not had much game time. So to provide that competition for George, of course George now injured, but when he was fit, it seems, especially with George scoring a couple of goals, that competition was exactly what was needed.
I think it was. It's always, players always talk about the need for competition and that driving everybody on, keeping standards high, and that certainly appears to be the case. Because
Keelan had to be patient, George's his little goal drought went on and seemed to go on, but in that, I suppose, for you, Keelan, as a striker, you've just got to keep pushing the man in there, haven't you? It's easy to be selfish and want to take their place in the team, but is it a team effort most of the time as well?
Of course, yeah, because I've been there before, other players have been there before, and it's a team game at the end of the day, so I'm there to support him, I'm there to talk him through things if he has questions or vice versa. So as much as it's an individual battle for one striking spot at the minute, we're still there backing each other up. So yeah, it was nice to see him break the duct and get back on the score sheet.
Does your experience within the game help deal with that and have to be patient? Maybe early in your career some players might sort of spit the dummy out even at an early stage, but the longer you're in the game you learn your time will come.
Yeah, definitely. I think probably as a younger player I would have been knocking on the manager's door every single day. But you learn with your experience, different things happen, and instead of dwelling on situations, you have to be ready and train hard and be there to support the boys no matter what.
You got your first goal in midweek at Crawley. How nice a moment was that? Was that great ball in by Ben Close and a really good header from yourself?
Yeah, no, brilliant. Disappointing it took as long as it did. Coming in and out of the team, getting the odd minute here and there. But yeah, delighted to get the first one and yeah, just looking forward to hopefully getting the next one quicker.
There was a celebration with a corner flag, a bit of a slap shot it seemed. Was that what it was? Explain that one for us.
Yeah, no, you got it right. I'm a big ice hockey fan, and it started a long time ago. One of my mates from Canada come over and said, if you score, can you do a slap shot? So I did it then, and I've done it the odd time since then, so yeah.
Fair enough. Let's move across the dressing room now then for the latest quickfire round with Bobby Faulkner in the hot seat.
Bobby Faulkner, 18. Norton, Doncaster. Fish Lake Falcons. Probably Newcastle United as my mum's a Geordie, so. Or Doncaster, to be fair. Well, I think it's got to be the one I scored against Hartlepool away for Doncaster. Maybe somebody like Van Dijk, yeah, pretty like Van Dijk. Somebody like Sergio Ramos and Van Dijk, like the way Sergio Ramos plays, I'd like to play like that, so yeah. I ain't got too many in football, but players like Brandon Norton who were here last year, Liam Ravenhill, Jack DeGucci who are here now, so yeah. Nando's probably. Probably a Chinese. I'm not too sure actually. Maybe heights. Maybe something like cricket. Played cricket when I was younger. Again, maybe cricket. I've just finished watching a series on Netflix called Sniper, which were really good to be fair. I just stick anything on, whatever. Just stick a playlist on. Not too bothered what it is. What was the last film I watched? Maybe Mall Cop. I'm not too sure. Maybe Adam Sandler, somebody like that. A long time ago now. No, it wasn't. A New Yorker, I think it was. Maybe an F1 driver. To fly. A few sports I played again cricket, rugby I played in school, just other sports really, yeah. Probably Tom Anderson's Strength.
Liam, Bobby back from his loan at Spennymoor. He got some minutes at Crawley on Tuesday night. A big opportunity for him in the final 9 games of the season. Yeah,
we've seen that there's going to be opportunities for a fair few players with the amount of injuries that have been picked up in such a short space of time, and Bobby will hopefully take advantage of that. He's a player that we know the supporters are desperate to see do well. Homegrown talent and fully committed player. He's always going to get supporters on side with how he approaches the game. He's done well at Spennymoor by all accounts. The reports from up there have been really glowing in terms of what he's contributed during his loan spell, so hopefully he can kick on from that and make a decent contribution in the remaining games.
Keelan, you'll come up against him in training. He's nobody who sort of looks at reputations, is he? A real firm defender even at such a young age.
Yeah, no, it's good to see. He's got the right characteristics to do well in the game, and he come on the other night, and it was a brief appearance, but he defended well. I think he blocked a few chances as well, and he's not a shy lad either. He's a really nice lad. He'll chat away to you. So yeah, it was nice to see him come on and get a few minutes. And like Liam said, we'll see what happens between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, now injuries to Charlie Lakin and Harrison Biggins may see Liam Ravenhill get more minutes before the season's out, and the youngster's keen to grasp that opportunity. Rav's been back in the team last couple of games to start on Tuesday night after the sub appearance against Salford. How have you found that coming back in?
No, I'm delighted to get my chance again, get back in the team. Obviously, the start of the season, it was an unfortunate event obviously that happened, and I did well in pre-season, got my chance, and what happened, but I'm glad to get my chance again now.
Of course, injuries have played the part, and the Big O and Charlie Lakin out. As disappointing as that is, are you looking at it as a central midfielder thinking, right, now's my chance?
No, obviously it's disappointing for them to get their injuries, but it's my chance now. There's a clear route for me to get in the team and hopefully just take my chance.
Of course, even while you're out on loan, you're still training with Rovers Monday to Friday. So has that helped you get that understanding of exactly what Danny wants from a central midfielder?
Yeah, obviously with the gaffer coming in, he's got his way of playing, and I think it's helped going on loan to a part-time team where I get games there and then I learn how he wants to play here, so it helps when I come into the team. What
did that do for you, those couple of loans at Blythe and at Spennymoor, in just seeing even more of that physicality at that sort of level?
Yeah, obviously it's a lot more physical there, and I think that's what I've got to add to my game. I've been playing at 23s or obviously 18s a few years ago, so it's about adjusting to men's football, and it only helps when I come into the team here.
I suppose those tackles and things like that aren't something that are alien to you anyway, are they? So I suppose, is it just getting used to the constant physicality every week?
Yeah, obviously I don't mind the tackle, so it's just the physicality more than anything.
And there's a lot to go at between now and the end of the season. 9 league games to go. You've already got that start on Tuesday. Does that help you? And you've got a clear sort of pathway between now and the end of the season to get regular minutes?
Yeah, hopefully I get a good run from now to the end of the season, and I can just show what I'm about. I think I've done quite well in the last couple of games, but I think I've got more to offer. So.
Yeah, we saw you come on at Salford, a couple of nice balls through to George down the middle. Got a start at Crawley and played well in that first half in particular, of course cramping up towards the end of the game. But how do you feel that you sort of taken to it? Because it can be difficult, can't it? Especially coming on at 3-1 down like you did the other week, and then getting a start on a pitch that was boggy, to say the least.
Yeah, I think I've had a lack of minutes over the last couple of years. Obviously I've been on my loans, but I ain't had a good run of games, but I feel the more games I get, the more I'll adjust to the speed of it and only get better.
We saw you breaking play up and sort of getting those passes away quickly to get the play moving. Is that something that the manager sort of said to you about, not complicating your game too much, doing the basics and just doing what you need to do?
Yeah, I think my game is I'll break it up, I'll tackle, but I think I'm more than that. I think I've got a bit on the ball and I will find people and move the ball on.
Does it help playing alongside closely, a man who's got a lot of experience at this level and someone who is very technically gifted as well?
Yeah, massively. I can look towards him on the pitch and he'll guide me in the right direction.
With 9 games to go, Northampton coming up this weekend, the team who were fighting at the top end of the table, the playoffs, of course, slipping away a little bit into the distance. What do the team need to do, do you feel, in these last 9 games? Is it all about sort of giving the fans something to shout about and showing that pride in the shirt?
Yeah, I think we've got a lot to offer. I think the fans hopefully can see the style of football that we're trying to play, and we'll progress to get better on the pitch. The more we learn on the training field, and we'll show the fans.
Liam Ravenhill set for more minutes, it seems, between now and the end of the season. He started the season in the team. With the injuries, he's going to get a good opportunity, isn't he, to really build some of that experience?
He certainly is. And, he's had to be patient and bide his time, but he has got that opportunity. We saw him come on at Salford and do well, created a couple of really good chances for George Miller in that second half, and really, I think he did really well the other night. It was a very combative game, and I think that obviously suits him. We've seen that from Liam in the past, what he provides in the middle of the park. But yeah, this is a real chance for him. He's got that little bit of competition with Zane Westbrook, who's been added and just before the sort of free agent deadline. But this is an opportunity now for Liam to really show what he's all about.
He's been on loan, Keelan, to Blythe and to Spennymoor in recent weeks. As a young player coming through, when you get those type of loans, I suppose that they're there to sort of toughen you up a little bit, aren't they, and get used to that physicality of the men's game week in, week out. What can that do for a young player? Because I suppose technically you're always better than the league you go into. That's why you're at an EFL club, but it's about handling that experience, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what you said. It's about toughening them up and getting used to the men's game. But not only going and playing games there, but he was still training with us. So I think him being involved with the setup and understanding sort of what the gaffer's asking on a daily basis is only going to go a long way for him when he does get to play for the rest of the season. But yeah, he's gone away and he's learnt and he's built and he's got stronger, and like Liam said, he was putting in a few tackles the other night as well. So it's good to see that he's ready to go.
Liam, it seems that when he keeps his game basic, that's when he's at his best. I think we mentioned at half time on Tuesday, winning the ball back in midfield, playing the easy pass, getting Rovers moving forward, because he doesn't need to try and do anything too spectacular in there, especially on a pitch like they had on Tuesday.
I think it can be an underrated element of a team, somebody who just does that basic simple stuff, particularly when you've got players around you of the technical ability that Rovers have, the likes of Ben Close, who can pick those passes out, those a bit more intricate in the way that they pass. But yeah, I think he on that side of the game, he brings it in spades.
To have Zane Westbrook coming in for the final 9 games as well, just to have that other option in midfield, to lose Lakin and to lose Biggins, who was so big really, particularly since the January transfer window, in the energy and everything they brought, just having that extra body will benefit the team.
I think it really allows you to, if things are going all right, things are going well, that you don't necessarily have to change shape just because somebody's got some tired legs. You've got players that can play in that middle position where or prior to Zane's arrival, you were kind of down to a couple. So it forces a bit of a change of shape, moving players out of the position that they started in. But it's a bonus. It was looking a little bit thin, a little bit down to the bare bones, and that Zane's arrival has just kind of added a bit more meat to it.
Yeah, it was so evident on Tuesday night, Keelan, wasn't it? I think Liam had already gone off with cramp, then just before the goal you were struggling with cramp, and when you're looking over your shoulder and there isn't an awful lot on the bench, sometimes you might play through that, play a little bit longer than you should do, whereas if you've got plenty of players ready to come on, the honesty hand sometimes goes up a little bit quicker and says, listen, you're probably better off taking me off the field now. Yeah,
it's a difficult one, because as a player you want to play as long as you can, and sometimes you maybe play a little bit longer than you should. But with Ravs, like you said, he's not played at this level for a while, so it obviously got to him.
Ahead of our annual Junior Takeover Day taking place this weekend, head coach Danny Schofield headed to Howden Junior School to hand out roles to those selected. Liam, this one always a special day in the calendar, isn't it? Seeing the youngsters get a grasp, really, of what goes on behind the scenes on a match day. Yeah, it's a fantastic day. You know, the kids getting an unbelievable opportunity, really. You know, seeing really what it's like behind the scenes on a match day with a variety of roles across the club. And it's always a popular event. Keelan, seeing the kids as well doing the usual jobs. We've got the first team head coach, first team player, which is all fun and games before the game, but then they just have to sit and watch, don't they? It's not like you can bring them off the substitutes bench.
Yeah.
Liam, it's good for them because, you know, you see that us as we sort of have to do our jobs twice, don't we, that day? Because it's doing the job and then it's explaining to the kids and the parents exactly what we're doing and why. Yeah, it's quite demanding for us, but it's all worthwhile. As you say, you're explaining what you do, talking to what they're doing. You never know. These youngsters might appear again in a few years after our jobs. It's all to do with the foundation, of course. We saw Danny there heading out into the schools, and that can make a massive difference beforehand as well, can't it? You know, seeing the head coach out there, telling people what they're going to be doing and explaining what it is. Yeah, it's a great. I mean, how often does the head coach of a football club appear in a school, and to do that, and you know, that's a great occasion for that young person that's coming in and doing his role for the day. You know, a fantastic opportunity, as we say, and I'm sure it'll be an enjoyable afternoon. Northampton, the next test then, Keelan, a team right up there, challenging for automatic promotion places. Just how tough is this one going to be at the weekend? Yeah, it's going to be difficult again. Every game in this league seems to be a tough one. It doesn't matter if they're top or bottom. There's quality in every squad, but yeah, Northampton, they're probably one of the better teams in the league. They've showed it. They're in the top 3 for a reason. I think they're 6 unbeaten at the minute. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but one that we're really looking forward to. They've been in the top 3 or thereabouts, Liam, for the majority of the season. Carlisle have just risen above them now, but to go on a 6-game unbeaten run heading into the last 10 games, it puts you in a really strong position, doesn't it, to get over the line in the end, as they just missed out on last season, which they won't want to happen again. Yeah, agonisingly so, missing out last season. But yeah, it seems to be a test of who's going to blink first between them and Carlisle. Fantastic, fascinating battle that's going to go on, you'd imagine, down to the final day. But really, really competitive. We saw at their place earlier in the season, Rovers coming away with a win that day, but a very, very competitive, very tight game. And probably expecting something similar this weekend. Yeah, I think Rovers ended their unbeaten start to the season. It's a chance actually for Rovers to complete just a second league double, Rochdale the other. And when you think how Rovers started the campaign, it's surprising that they haven't had a few more of them. Yeah, and they probably should along the way, it must be said. But yeah, I think if you come away from a season and you've got 2 wins over Northampton Town, particularly this season, you've done pretty well. They've got an obvious threat in there, Keelan, with Sam Hoskins. I think he's got 19 goals this season, 7 in his first 5 appearances, which for an attacking player, it's a good start to the campaign, and he's managed to carry it on as well. Yeah, that's exactly what you want as an attacking player. It's a great start for himself, and he's carried on throughout the season to nearly hit the 20 goal mark is brilliant. So yeah, we're going to have to be ready for what he's going to throw at us, and confident that lads can hopefully keep him off the score sheet. There's a few of these type of games where you're coming up against teams really fighting for something. You know, Rovers have sort of slipped back from the playoff places now, but Crawley on Tuesday night were a team fighting for their lives. Northampton fighting for promotion. And these are the type of games where you've got to show that real grit and determination to go with them, because you know that they're going to be right at it. Yeah, that's it. It's that time of the season where there's something on the line for every team, no matter where they are in the division. So, yeah, Crawley was a tough one. Like you said, fighting for their life, fighting for every point they can. So it was a difficult game for us. Come away with a point. Obviously, we were disappointed. We wanted to win it before, but yeah, we'll see what Northampton throws at us, because, like you said, they're pushing for the automatic places, and we're at home, so we need to try and win the game. Liam, what we saw from Rovers on Tuesday night was a disciplined defensive performance. They were resolute, defended with all their heart, didn't they, and kept out everything but the late equaliser. How do they then marry that, do you feel, into producing more in attack and you know, adding to what Keelan came up with on the stroke of half time? I think it's looking after the ball a little bit better than what they did the other night. You know, building and keep having sustained possession. There were an awful lot of turnovers that, you know, very, very quick. You know, like the ball would change hands very, very quickly. We're a bit frantic at times. You just need to calm things down a little bit if possible, and start picking those passes into those advanced areas. Keelan, I won't push you for a score prediction, but I will. You, Liam, how do you see this one going at the weekend?
I do think it will be tight, as I said earlier. You know, it was tight at their place earlier in the season. And they don't obviously score an awful lot of goals, Northampton, but yeah, as I said, tight one. I'd go for a draw in this one.
Keelan, Liam, thank you for your company. Thank you at home for watching on as well. We'll see you down here at the Eco Power on Saturday as Rovers take on Northampton.